All right. Welcome to another episode of Open That Zip. Today I'm looking at a patch that I finished today called Auto Powerup, where placing a certain object at a certain Y value in a level will cause the player to spontaneously power up to whatever you'd like. So let's go ahead and look at it right now. Thanks for joining us for an SMB3 Prime feature. Open That Zip number 2. Here we go. All right, so if you'll notice here, I've got I've got it so that if you put the auto power up object at Y7 or Y8, those end up corresponding to the statue, which is like the grayed out version of whatever power up you had previously, and then eight's the Goomba. I had to do those like that because otherwise the value for statues like 0A, and the value for the Karibo Goomba is like 80. So I just made it so it's 7 and 8. And it checks for those. Anything above 9, it just does nothing. So you're not going to get some weird glitchy, like a swimming power up that's just like a glitched out kind of missing number type figure, which is kind of fun, but I don't want it to do that, because, it's horrible. So what I did was I realized that there was the weird issue where it didn't load the graphics right. I'm not smart enough to make it happen the way it ought to. So what I did was I just loaded the Goomba and Shoe directly into the 5th object slot, which is the 6th object slot, and then immediately set it to killed. So with that, we end up getting the proper palette, and I mean the proper graphics for the Karibo Shoe. Was there an easier way to do it? I don't know. Maybe there is, but I didn't. I'm not savvy enough to know that. And then we do all the normal stuff. I just want to do that, then show it in action real quick. All right, so immediately and you see that off to the left side of the screen there? Watch this though. So I've loaded the Goomba shoe first, and then I loaded the statue. All right, so check it out. Yeah, it does what you would think. And then your little hop there is enough to get on top of the enemy. It's pretty cool. Um, so I mean, there's a lot of possibilities, and I'm the kind of guy that likes to open up possibilities for others and for myself. To be quite honest, just an expansion thing, right? We're all doing our things here. This is one I had on my list for my hack. When I came back to hacking like a month ago, it's the first thing I tackled. I got a rough draft of it, and then I polished it up today. Who can use this? Anybody. So one, it serves as an alleviation on the player. They don't have to find a power up or whatever. So not every time that they need a certain suit do you want them to have to, right? We just kind of resigned ourselves to that, but why does that have to be a thing? All right. So one, just to start off a level, show your intent very directly, frankly, show what you're wanting to do there. Second possibility, change the power up super fast so the player has to change course very quickly in a level, maybe in like a Kaizo level. So imagine having to go from flying to froggy really fast. Like you're flying, you're doing all this stuff, then immediately right before you hit the water section, you turn into a frog, bam, you're in the water doing things on a tight timer, sky's the limit. Or three, and Joe Smo gave me this idea, which I thought absolutely brilliant. In the level with a certain power up or lack of a power up. So in the level is small Mario,